Hi, I'm Dr. Dina Churchill, innovator of women's health and wellness, and you can reach me at oxfordchiro.ca or drsexymom.com. I'm inspired to share with you my nutritional story as a way for you to empower yourself to greater levels of health. So when I was a teenager, I had acne, and I did years of antibiotics, 5 to be exact. And it wiped out all my natural flora, against biotic life, and then the fungal infection took over, Candida albicans, and then I needed antifungal medication, and then with oral birth control as I got older, my system really wasn't well. And when I attended chiropractic college in the early 90s, I had cystic acne and my health wasn't that good. Thankfully, I found a job in a health food store, and through my chiropractic nutritional education, brought myself back to a different level of health and healed my body. Working at that health food store, I'd seen customers come in who said, "Oh yes, my stomach ulcer improved when I changed my diet and started taking Manuka honey," or "my arthritis pain went away when I started taking apple cider vinegar." And I could see this healing effect not only in myself but within other people. So I was inspired to learn more, and the more I read, again, the more inspirational it is to know that healing comes from our food. There's a few simple principles. The first is plant-based whole foods. Now what that means is that the food is not processed. It comes from the ground. It comes from the trees. I'd say to patients, imagine you were a caveman and you were out in nature. Foods that you could scoop from the lake and eat, or foods that you could pick from the tree. You could dig up roots, you could pick berries, nuts, seeds, grains in their original form. Whatever you could find in nature that wasn't processed is probably healthy for your body. You know, once you process the food, not only are you removing nutrition, you're also adding toxins. So, you know, as a caveman, the cave people would go out and shoot a wild boar, so you'd have meat for a few days, and then there'd probably be a few days of fasting in between where you didn't eat much, and it gave your body a chance to detox and heal, and then you would eat some other foods, but there'd be a wide range of foods that you'd be taking from the earth. So plant-based foods, you know, you won't find a cream puff out in nature. And again, supporting the microbiome. The microbiome is bacteria that rests in our body, about 1/2 pound of bacteria that keeps us healthy. It's about 90% of your immune system. And they're like the crustaceans of the sea, you know, eating up the toxins at the bottom of the ocean. Our microbiome helps eat up toxins that we might ingest. So I'm going to show you some ways that you can support the microbiome. But the first would be just avoiding, you know, toxins. So it's hard to avoid toxins in our environment, you know, our water, pesticides, herbicides. But if you filter your water, you have a better chance of having less toxins. Avoiding genetically modified foods, avoiding unwanted medications and vaccinations. Which reminds me, I would love you to research this doctor, Andrew Wakefield. He's a gastroenterologist that has done a lot of research in the colons of autistic kids, and found that the lymph nodes that were swollen in these autistic kids had the MMR vaccine virus in them. So he published his work, and again lost his job, his career, and was ostracized in the medical community because of his work. But he's a landmark study in this wave of health information that's coming to you. The other thing in that regard, talking about toxins, is this enzyme. And again, I'd like you to research that for yourself too. It's a protein. In autistic children, this protein is present in high concentrations and also in cancers. So that is in many of our vaccines. It decreases our absorption of vitamin D and can be linked to type 2 diabetes. So when we talk about toxins in the environment, unwanted medications. Again, some antibiotics will save your life, but if you're taking them prophylactically, or if you're taking them for a skin condition for 5 years, they can have a detrimental effect on your health. If you want more information on these, on vaccinations, there are 2 resources. One is a online series, documentary, Vaccine Revealed, and the other is a screening of this movie Vax that's going to be happening in Halifax. But avoiding toxins when you can. So avoiding genetically modified foods, filtering your water, and avoiding things like sugar, for example, which is a white poison. You know, sugar lights up your brain on an MRI like cocaine would. So sugar also depletes your immune system and acts as a white poison or a toxin to our system. So exercise. So we've looked at plant-based whole foods, eat like a caveman, different colors. Also, how you prepare your food. You know, if you can prepare your food in a slow cooker, maintain the nutrients, not boil it to pieces, but steam your vegetables. Supporting the microbiome, again with fermented foods, pro and prebiotics, I'll show you that. Avoiding toxins, we've just talked about. Exercise. So again, 40 minutes of exercise a day. Doesn't matter what you do as long as you love it. And it should be a combination of some cardio, some strength training, and some flexibility. About 40 minutes a day. So not only does it help strengthen your heart and your lungs, the cardiovascular fitness, increasing your breath, but also putting pressure on your bones, helps prevent against osteoporosis, and that's really important. Our lymph system doesn't have a pump, so we need skeletal muscle contraction to pump lymph along our bodies. And again, a process called neurogenesis. Exercise actually helps make you smarter. It changes the neural links and pathways from one neuron to another, neurogenesis. So exercise is important. The last thing I'll talk about is supplementation. Supplementation, I think, is essential in today's world. And I often have patients say, you know, I eat organic foods and I'm healthy. Why do I need to supplement? And I repeat the words of Dr. James Machino from Adiva Nutritionals. He says, you need supplements because nature wants you to die. You know, after age 40, your body is in a slow spiral of deterioration and decay downwards. And nutritionals and supplements just help you rot more slowly. You know, 50 years ago, a bowl of spinach had a certain nutritional value. But in today's world, you know, you need 12 bowls of spinach to get that same quality. So the quality of our food is not there. We're genetically modifying our foods. We're also leaching trace minerals out of the soil. So it's really important to make sure we're getting those back. One way to do that would be to use something like a Himalayan sea salt. And this has 84 trace minerals. Sea salt, Himalayan sea salt is better than regular sea salt because it actually hydrates your body. So you can get this in a grinder or you can drink it. I put it in a mason jar and just drink a little every day as a way of getting those trace minerals back into our system. So supplementation is important. And we'll look at a few, the Himalayan sea salt is one way of getting trace minerals. Juicing is a great way to compact nutrition. You know, you can put a half a dozen vegetables into a 6-ounce glass if you're juicing it. So that's another option. Again, watching how you prepare your food so you're maintaining the nutrition. Let's show you a few of my items. I pulled these out of the fridge for you to have a look at. So the Himalayan sea salt I've already discussed. Here's some things I use to support my microbiome. So I use a cultured coconut, also cultured coconut kefir. Kombucha, again, is a fermented drink. Vitamin D is important. The EPA, again, because of our environment here, I mean, right now we're in the dark. 90% of our vitamin D comes from the sun. So I supplement with about 5,000 international units. And I also, this is essential oil, a fish oil combined with 2 different types of fish oil and GLA. And this is important again for maintaining decreasing nutrition in your decreasing inflammation in your body. So about 5,000 milligrams a day are omega 3 and 6 ratio is way off. It should be 1-to-1. It's about 1-to-30. So we all really need to be supplementing too with the essential fatty acids. A reminder that there's no substitute for fresh fruits and vegetables. Different colors give you different nutrition. And milk, milk's not the best source of calcium, despite what the milk and meat marketing boards would have you believe. And cow's milk is great for baby cows, but the protein in our body sometimes causes inflammation and allergies. So I use coconut milk. My kids like almond milk. And days where we can't juice or can't put together a lot of vegetables, I use a nanogreens, which is a powdered supplement that we can add water and get our nutrition, and some books that I love. So books on probiotics, fats that heal and kill. Dr. Mercola's Total Health Program is an awesome book. Grain Brain or Wheat Belly is another one. Wheat Belly is a cardiologist who says that avoiding wheat actually improves your vascular system. And then this is my favorite book on the bottom, Prescription for Nutritional Healing, where I got the name of this segment from. I use that every day in practice. Smart Medicine for a Healthier Child, The Atlas of Natural Cures. Fat and cholesterol don't cause heart attacks. I think our statin drugs are going to be causing more problems because our cholesterol, this is my favorite book. I think everyone should read this. The whole cholesterol statin story is that we need cholesterol in our bodies. Cholesterol is really what coats and makes up the myelin sheath around the nerve. So if we decrease cholesterol in our blood system, then we're putting our nervous system at risk. So we'll see more memory issues, more dementia, neurodegenerative disorders, muscle aches and pains, and kidney problems. So we really have to balance, and cholesterol is a nutritional problem. I have a colleague, Dane Donahue, who says, Dr. Dane Donahue is a chiropractor, and he says, you can't medicate yourself out of a problem you've behaved your way into. So there's many different ways that you can change and monitor your cholesterol just using diet and exercise. So again, just in summary, I would first say, don't believe a word I've said. I want you to research it for yourself. I want you to look at Dr. Andrew Wakefield. Research that. I really would like you to have a look at this enzyme that's now been shown to be connected to autism, cancer, type 2 diabetes. All these things are connected, oddly enough. And again, if you have information on, if you want more information on vaccines, here's the 2 websites. There's going to be an online vaccine revealed, and there's going to be a showing here of that movie here in Halifax. I'll put my information up again in case you need to reach me or have any questions about this segment. And then a summary of the prescription for nutritional healing. Plant-based whole foods. Eat like a caveman. Avoid that processed foods and eat foods with color. Support the microbiome. There's so much happening in our environment that is wiping out our natural flora. The supplements that I'd recommended, pre-probiotics, cultured food, cultured drinks, avoiding toxins, filtering your water, avoiding genetically modified foods, unwanted medications, exercise 40 minutes a day, anything that you love, and again, supplementation. So it's been my pleasure in sharing with you today. I would ask you again to make sure you're an educated healthcare consumer. Look at the research and know what company funds the research. A company that sells a certain medication or sells a certain pesticide isn't the best source of health and safety. There's a conflict of interest. So always look a little deeper into who's funding the research and their motivation. And again, grow that so you can be an informed consumer for you and for your family. Don't trust in what the media or anyone else tell you, what anyone else tells you. Discover it for yourself. So I would close in reminding you to reach for the stars, envision and achieve your personal best, and most of all, enjoy the journey. This is Dr. Dina Churchill signing out.